In keeping with our theme of organization, today I am going to be tackling my pantry. When we built the new addition a couple of months ago, I had asked for a large pantry area, and my wish was granted. I have a beautiful pantry, but now I am still trying to figure out what belongs in here and what doesn't belong in here, and of all the items that do belong in here, where should everything go and how should it be organized. So I've been using the pantry for about a month or two now, and it's time to go through and decide what I'm really using and what I'm not. I can relocate some things to the basement. I have a kitchen shelf down there for items that I only use once a year or maybe once every 6 months or so that don't get to take up precious real estate here in the pantry. So that's my plan today. Go through everything, group like things together, move out things that don't belong in here, that are garbage, that I don't want at all to donate, and items that don't get to live in here because they're not used often enough. So let's do a little pantry tour to get us started. And it's a mess because I'm leaving it as it was, as it is. Our pantry has two doorways, one that leads out into the kitchen, and then another one that leads out into a mudroom. Any of my indoor aprons get hung on that hook. My spice rack holds a couple of different sizes of spices and has plenty of room to add more. An extra oven on the bottom. I have a big oven. Actually, I have two ovens in the kitchen, but this is just an extra oven, and a microwave on top. We're working very hard in our family to no longer use a microwave. I have some habitual offenders. Some of the older boys really like the microwave and are having a hard time letting go of that. Are you listening to me out there? On top of my microwave right now is storage for vinegar and oils, honey, things like that. So Scott built me floor-to-ceiling shelves in here. We might actually add one more shelf on the very top. And keep in mind, all of these need to be organized much better, and they'll get there. This particular shelf right here holds the toaster oven, which is the appliance that we're trying to use in place of the microwave. And that's been amazing. We're all learning how to use that. And then it holds two dehydrators. The beautiful thing about the appliances on this shelf is that they're all plugged in. So they all work right in place without me having to haul them out. Below that, we have a shelf where the Vitamix lives. On the lower left, we use that all the time. The big Gigantor Nesco, which will be moving to the basement because I really only use that at Christmas. The larger Instant Pot, I own two of them, a smaller and a larger, and the rotisserie. And then below that, we have storage for paper products, which we only really use when company comes over. If we have 10 extra people for dinner or a bunch of people coming over for lunch, then I will use paper plates. Other than that, we always try to use stainless steel plates and just wash them in the dishwasher. My mom was buying paper plates for our family, and probably for the first 2 years that we lived here, and she was spending on average, I think, close to $30 a month on paper plates. My maple syrup container. As soon as my last bag dries, that will get packed away and put away properly. We also have our meat grinder down there on the bottom. We do use that fairly often because we take our venison that's in the freezer in large chunks and we grind it down for beef jerky. A little stainless steel shelf that I actually picked up, somebody was throwing out. Need to get that organized. That looks ridiculous, but I do want to keep my half-gallon glass jars up here and some of the Instant Pot accessories. Some of the Instant Pot accessories I have are just flat out ridiculous, and I will probably be getting rid of them. If I've never used them since owning the Instant Pot, they have to go. My new electric sweeper, which I absolutely love, has to live in here temporarily, but it will be moving to the bathroom closet where we keep all of our cleaning supplies. This is my beloved workbench. This workbench was my father's workbench from in his shop, and it was his father's prior to that. This was built by my grandfather, and my husband salvaged the top of it and built me shelves and put on new legs for the bottom, and then he built me this piece that goes up over the top that holds all my cookbooks, the week's worth of canned goods, things like that. this area currently holds our recyclables and our burnables and often looks exactly like this. But what we plan to do here in the future is install a dairy sink from the old milk house on this farm. And thank you. And be able to wash all of my milking equipment and milk buckets right here without having to bring them to the kitchen sink. finished hanging up the cast iron, and now we had one more cast iron wok to hang here and my egg basket hanging here. I think I'm done for today. I'm exhausted. But we made a lot of progress. In the end, we got all of the indoor aprons sorted. We've got the spice rack a little bit more organized. Made huge progress on this shelf. I still need some nice containers to store things. Scott is going to build me one more shelf across the top so I can get my white dishes organized a little bit better. And then in addition, he's going to build a shelf across the top of this wall that will be over the top of my dairy sink, which will sit in the corner. We moved all the brooms and dustpans and things out of this room into the proper cleaning cabinet. And I was able to get rid of my vacuum for my sweeper that used to sit in that corner there. My workbench, much more organized. So that was our piece of manifesting our homestead vision for today. It was not fun, but I am so thankful that we did it and got it done. And we are just a little bit more organized after today, and we'll continue to work on that. Have a blessed day.